Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you how to use a speed square. In this video, I'll be going over the basics for using a speed square. Now, as you can see right here, this is actually a speed square, and it is one of the most useful tools that you can potentially have. I truly believe that everyone needs one of these in their toolbox because it does a wide variety of things. It's like a multi-use tool that specifically works very well for carpenters and people that work with rooftops, and pretty much anyone that's doing anything related to actual hardware work and working with wood and cutting and so forth. All right, let's get right into the video. So the first use of a speed square, and this is probably the most common thing, is to get a completely perpendicular line. So as you can see right here, I actually have a binder with a lip right here, and I have a piece of paper to make this demonstration a little bit easier. So the speed square actually has a lip on either side. So if you want to make a perfectly perpendicular line, you just put it like that, okay? And all you got to do is just take your pencil or your writing utensil and just draw a line like that. And what you get is a perfectly perpendicular line. So I have a line that is perfectly perpendicular to the spine of the binder. And if you are making cuts constantly and you want to just get a nice straight line, you know, on the piece of wood, then this is definitely the tool for you because it's quick. You put it like that, you draw your line, done. Simple. Okay, now obviously that was a bad line because I wasn't holding it, but it's as simple as that, okay? So now the next use for speed square is actually making 45-degree angles. Now there are many tools that you can use to make 45-degree angles, but this is definitely one of the most useful ones because it's quick. So let's say I made a mark, you know, right here that I wanted to make a 45 from that point, okay? I bring the speed square right to the edge right there, and I take my pencil, hold the speed square in place, and boom, just like that, I make my 45-degree angle. So that is 45 degrees from the spine of whatever it is that you are resting the speed square up against. So right now I'm resting it against the binder, and the speed square allowed me to make a 45-degree angle really quickly, okay? So you don't have to adjust anything, like you're not going to be adjusting a miter saw or anything like that. You just make your 45 quickly. Let's say I wanted to do another one right here, just like that. You can see it's really quick, and that's why people call it a speed square, okay? The next thing that it's useful for is measuring. So if you take a look over here, you can see there's actually a small amount of measurements right here. So let's say I wanted to measure, you know, however many inches, let's say 2 inches from this spine of the binder right here. I put it against the spine, and all of a sudden, I just have to find the 2-inch marking, and I write it down just like that. I mark it like that. And then let's say I wanted to make a nice perpendicular line right at the 2-inch marking, bring the speed square right to there, to that point, and just like that. Now, obviously, I should have made this marking a little bit better, but you get the idea. That's how quickly you can use it, okay? Another use of the speed square is as a protractor. So as you can see over here, it actually shows all of the different angles, okay? You can see right here, it shows many, many, many different angles, which is really, really convenient. And I can flip it over, you can see the same thing, okay? So if you are doing rafters on a roof, okay, you can use this, okay? It's very, very simple and easy to use. You can see that it says pivot right here. So this is gonna be your pivot point, and you can pivot from that point. Now, I don't have a roof right now that I can use this with, but I will say that it would require a completely separate tutorial. So if that's something you want to see, just drop a comment below, and I'll show you how to use a speed square for rafters and roofing, right? But you have your angles here. It also has the conversion with the rise over here. It's very simple and easy to use if you know what you're doing, okay? Now, the last thing that you can use it for is scribing or marking. So if you take a look on the speed square, conveniently, you have these marks right here. Now, these marks are actually a 1/4 inch apart. Okay, as you can see here, this one is at the 1-inch marking. Then this is 1 1/4 over here. That's 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and 2. So these are all a 1/4 inch apart. Okay, so you can use these to make 1/4 inch markings really easily. If I wanted to make a 1/4 inch marking, I would, you know, put your pencil in there, in there, in there, in there, and I have my 1/4 inch markings right over there. But it's also useful for scribing. So if you rest the edge of the speed square against something and you want to scribe, just essentially tuck your pencil into any of these points, because that's just going to be the distance away from the object that you're scribing against. So let's say I wanted to place my pencil here. I could run it along there just like that, And as you can see, I was able to scribe along the edge of the binder. Now, because the edge of the binder, the spine of the binder is absolutely straight, it's a straight line, but if you are working with baseboard trim or anything that would require you to scribe, this can be a very, very useful tool. And like I said, there are specific scribing tools, there are specific measuring tools, specific angle tools, but this just allows you to quickly and easily do all of those things. And I mean, that's basically it. There are many things that you can do with the speed square, and I haven't even covered every single last thing in this video, but I've definitely done the basics of the majority of the uses that you will find for a speed square. And that's it. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.